On this episode of the Carolina Sports Guy, going a little bit different, folks. It's Thanksgiving. I'm going to tell you what I'm thankful for. It's the Carolina Sports Guy. Before we get into today's video, make sure you subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. Hit that bell notification to be notified of future videos like this. And by all means, folks, leave me some comments. I sure love the dialogue. Okay, folks, I'll go ahead and get right down to it. A lot of people love Christmas, and I do as well. And some people, love a Labor Day for some odd reason. I guess they've worked all year, got through the summer. It's kind of a break. Some people love Easter, I, myself, I'm a Thanksgiving guy. I think about football. I think about family. I think about food. It's really the one time you get together with your family, and I think the focus is off of what am I getting, and it's what you can give back. But I did want to kind of sound off on what I'm thankful for as the Carolina Sports Guy. Number one thing I want to go back and say I'm thankful for is college basketball. Growing up as a small kid, college basketball played a significant part in my childhood. I've always been proud of being from North Carolina, being a Carolina kid. And growing up as a small kid, grew up with Duke basketball. I grew up with Tar Heel basketball. I grew up with NC State when they were really good, and even watching Wake Forest play. So ACC basketball has been very important to me. Before we had pro sports in this state, it was very big. Now, I know in South Carolina, with South Carolina used to be in the ACC, their basketball hasn't been as good. Clemson basketball, when are we ever going to win the ACC tournament? But, that's not their deal. Tar Heel basketball, having Duke being a rival, watching NC State when had good teams, and even Wake Forest being so close and having some good teams with Tim Duncan, Muggsy Bogues, Randolph Childress. I can just go on and on and on. College basketball has been very significant. I'm very thankful to live in a state that's very proud of its college basketball tradition. Number two, college football. Yes, North Carolina doesn't have their tradition. South Carolina does. And that's why with this channel I have, to be able to follow South Carolina and have some Clemson fans make comments, Clemson's a lot to be proud of in South Carolina. So I kind of take up with my brothers in arms in South Carolina that, they have great college football. Even when South Carolina's been bad, the Gamecocks have had 80,000 people in their stadium following their team when they were an independent. So North Carolina at times, Tar Heels have had good teams. Wake Forest has had a decent team. NC State has too as well. And East Carolina is the one thing, even though they're not really great in sports, East Carolina's football and Appalachian State having a football team that's done well at times, have done well as well. And even South Carolina having Coastal Carolina, that's been important. So I'm thankful for college football as well. Now, get to the big stuff. First pro sports team that we really had in the Carolinas that stuck was the Charlotte Hornets. I'm very proud of them. Even though they've never really won a big playoff series, they've been to the NBA Finals and they never had a championship. I was so happy when we first got the Hornets. It was such a nostalgic thing, and it was new, and it was very important to me because the first year that the Hornets played, they started out, October, November 1988, I'm sorry. And that first year was so special, getting their first win ever. My dad died in February of '89. So during that first year, I lost my father to cancer. And, I think back at the Hornets, getting the team, being excited, and then in that first year losing my father, it sticks close to my heart. Then when we lost the Hornets, it was like a divorce. And they moved to New Orleans. A couple of years later, we get the Bobcats. I was glad to have the NBA back, although I wanted my team name and my team colors back in the history. And lo and behold, we got it, and Jordan was thankful to get us back. And I'm thankful we've had a Kemba Walker, and then we had a Larry Johnson and Alonzo Mourning at one time, and a Muggsy Bogues and a Dell Curry, and I'm thankful for LaMelo Ball. So even though our NBA team has never really had a lot of true playoff success, I look to the future, but I'm thankful for having a team to root for with the Charlotte Hornets. Number two, another reason, Carolina Hurricanes. Yeah, we got a 2006 Stanley Cup. Yeah, we've been to 2 Stanley Cups. And yes, we've been to a few conference finals. But I'm very proud of the Carolina Hurricanes. They came to North Carolina from Hartford, people really looked at them and joked, and ESPN said they don't need to be here. We've proven to be a very good hockey market in Raleigh. I've been to several Hurricanes games over the year, probably anywhere from 12 to 15 games. I'm a big Hurricane supporter. I love the games. I've been to the Stanley Cup and saw them play the year that they lost to Detroit, that triple overtime game. And I just, between Sebastian Aho this year and Svechnikov, and finally having a goalie in Freddie Anderson, we haven't had one since Cam Ward, and having a coach like Rod Brindamore, and some upcoming rookies like Seth Jarvis. It's really, really been incredible. And I've missed a lot of the guys who've walked out the doors like Brock McGinn and just different players who've left over the years that had an impact on this team, the Ray Whitneys and Eric Stalls, Eric Coles. So very thankful that we got a championship and we've got a very good team this year, although we lost to Seattle. But hey, out of 3 losses this year and the 1 loss in overtime to give us 1 point, 3 of those 4 games we've lost 2-1. So man, we've been in every game. We've only been hit hard 1 time, and we're 9-0 at the time. I'm thankful now that we're getting ready to get an MLS team in Charlotte FC. We had a game. We're going to really break through with that, and that's going to be something new and significant that we're going to really have. And I'm looking forward to that because that's really going to branch off and create something new in the Carolinas because there's a lot of soccer played in the Carolinas. I'm thankful for the fact that even though we do not have Major League Baseball in the Carolinas, that Raleigh at times is mentioned, and particularly Charlotte has an opportunity. Yes, Nashville seems to be the leader. Yes, if the Tampa Bay Rays were to move, it looks like they're going either to Montreal or maybe down the road in Orlando. Yes, it looks like the Oakland A's may be moving to Vegas. And maybe Portland and Nashville have a jump on Charlotte, and maybe Montreal if they don't get a team to move. But I'm just thankful. But you look at 5 cities that could get a Major League team, that Charlotte's in discussion, and that maybe one day Charlotte will get a Major League Baseball team. Whether it be American League or National League, it doesn't matter to me. I just want MLB. But I'm thankful we do have an opportunity that one day it might happen. And yes, I've got to go ahead and let it out. I'm very thankful, most thankful, for having the Carolina Panthers. They haven't won a Super Bowl, but in this 28-year history, we've got 2 Super Bowl appearances. We've had a few NFC championships games that we played. I'm thankful for having great players like Cam Newton and Jake Delhomme and Steve Smith, and Julius Peppers over the year, and having DJ Moore now, and having Brian Burns, and having Luke Kuechly and Dan Morgan over the years. I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for some of the big wins that we've had. I'm thankful for having rivalries against hated teams like Atlanta and New Orleans and even Tampa Bay with Tom Brady now finally coming and doing something. But I'm very thankful we have a team. So even though we may lose at times and I get discouraged and down, at least I have these colors to wear. At least I've got tomorrow. At least there's another draft, another year. And at least there's always something to talk about. It's given me great memories. So for this Thanksgiving, win or lose, I'm so proud to be the Carolina sports guy, talking about all these great college football and basketball teams in this state, talking about the Carolina Panthers, talking about the Charlotte Hornets and the Carolina Hurricanes, in the future with the MLS, maybe one day Major League Baseball. So folks, what are you thankful for? Other than family and food, what team, what sport are you thankful for the most? Leave me some comments. I love the dialogue. Pound that like button. Hit that bell notification to be notified of future videos for the Carolina Sports Guy. Hey, above all else, folks, subscribe. It doesn't cost a thing. I'll see you on another episode of Carolina Sports Guy.